And I do want to thank everyone personally for taking the time this evening to join us. I know there's a lot going on in your world right now, and so we appreciate it even more that you're here with us this evening. I wanted to welcome you all to the College for Creative Studies Transfer Webinar. I'm your host, Eric Castor. I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Transfer Admissions. My co-host today is Amber Thomas, and she is the Associate Director of Transfer and Articulation for Undergraduate Admissions. I wanted to let you know that besides my role as an Assistant Director for Transfer, I myself have been a transfer student, so I understand and I appreciate some of the emotions you are experiencing and the questions you may have about the transfer process itself. I wasn't exactly sure of my career path when I graduated high school, so I started my college journey attending a 2-year technical college. I graduated, I worked for a couple years, and then I returned to a 4-year public university. I was there for a couple quarters. But from there, I transferred to a 4-year private college of art and design. So as you can see, from my example, there is not always a straight and linear pathway from curriculum to career. So the point of this presentation is to let you know you are not alone, that there are many others like yourselves who have come before you and have transferred successfully. It's not all about it's all about rather being informed and planning for a smooth transition, and we're here to help. Transfer students are defined simply by those who have completed 6 semester credit hours of college level work after graduating high school and make up about 1/3 of our student body here at CCS. And they truly enrich the learning experience for all of our students on multiple levels. So to begin with, there are different types of transfer and a variety of reasons for transferring that are as unique as you are a person. Transfer may look different for each of you, depending on your situation. Some of you may be coming with existing degrees, possibly transferring from multiple institutions, while others of you may be older students trying to balance work and family while attending classes. I'll just let you know that it is possible. And yet others of you may be younger students taking classes through dual enrollment, AP and IB classes, or considering a year at a community college. So why transfer to CCS? One of the examples might be our talented students. We have a number of students that you will find in a creative community. You'll be surrounded by like-minded individuals who will challenge and inspire you creatively. Students who are just like you, unlike at a liberal arts college where you might be taking a studio art class with a political science major who just thought it might be fun to take art as an elective. Another aspect of the CCS experience is our faculty. We have a very impressive pedigree of faculty who come from accomplished careers within the industry. With a remarkable 11-to-1 student-teacher ratio, your seasoned industry coaches will not only share their knowledge base, but will also be your mentors who will inspire you and help you to grow to become a better creative version of yourself. They are well equipped to connect you with industry within your chosen career path. Then there are our state-of-the-art facilities. Both our students and faculty benefit from cutting-edge classrooms and labs. No matter what your major, you will find the tools and the technology you need that often meet or exceed industry standards. Everything from laser cutters to 3D printers, green screen studios, and VR labs. You'll also find that as a student at CCS, you will have a greater access to these facilities than at many of our institutional peers. You can view our world-class facilities online in one of our view books, or hopefully soon, once we resume on-campus programming, you may have an opportunity to see for yourselves firsthand at one of our open house and tour dates. So having all the physical resources in the world is great, but we also have human resources in the form of our student service departments, including our on-site health and wellness center, a student success center with services like tutoring and time management, and the Office of Student Affairs, which coordinates activities that will help you to get to know and bond with others at CCS, both in and out of the classroom. In addition to other student service departments, we have a phenomenal career service department whose staff work year-round to assist you to bridge the gap between curriculum and career. Career Services works hard to bring companies to campus to develop relationships with students through recruitment events, internships, and more to prepare you for entry into the creative sector throughout your undergraduate career. And even after graduation as well, you are always connected to resources like our workshops, helping you to prepare promotional packaging, building your resume, and practicing your interview skills. Internships completed through CCS give you the chance to work one-on-one with working professionals. Opportunities like this, along with our successful alumni network, who work around the globe, help graduates define success in their professional practice. We also have on-campus sponsored projects which provide students opportunities to gain real-world experience without having to leave their classrooms. The biggest difference in attending a College of Art and Design is that it provides an in-depth immersion into specialized areas of study. Here at CCS, we offer 11 undergraduate programs of study and a number of emphasis within. Students are able to enhance their degree further with studio minors and within a liberal arts concentration. The value of a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree versus a Bachelor of Arts is simply a higher concentration of studio classes required to complete the degree. In other words, a deeper immersion, better preparing students with the skills that industry is looking for. To see this illustrated, here's an example of a curriculum guide. In this instance, we are looking at advertising design. You will see it as an 8-semester sequence for 4 years. In the first year, students are taking mostly their foundation courses, and they are denoted here by the DFN. The DFN is Department of Foundations. Many transfer students may be taking these courses at other colleges to help build their portfolio skills while also earning credit to transfer. Other courses students are taking will be their general education requirements, like art history, which is denoted by DAH. And you may not see that, but that's down here as well, or an English composition class denoted by DEN. And any of a number of your 42 semester credit hours of required general education courses versus the 126 hours total credits needed to graduate. So as you can see, about 2/3 of your curriculum are studio courses. All throughout the 4 years, including the first, there are a series of courses specific to your major. The code here for advertising design is DAD, and that's Department of Advertising Design. Major specific courses run sequentially with the knowledge base for each course building on the next, making it necessary for students to take these courses in order to produce the kind of portfolios and skills elemental to finding success in your professions. Because of this strategic course sequencing, however, most of our incoming students, but not all, will require 8 semesters to complete their degree. This aspect of the CCS experience is sometimes felt prohibitive when looking to transfer, and understandably so. You are all eager and anxious to work in your new job, your dream job. We understand that 8 semesters of 4 years to complete after amassing a number of credits already may seem counterintuitive, This tends to be particularly true because of the prevailing idea of the 2+2 plans implemented in the 1970s, whereas a student completing a 2-year associate's degree would then go on to complete in 2 years at a 4-year college. This is no longer a viable pathway simply because back then, the types of degrees offered and specializations were far more narrow. But now, with every studio art profession requiring a finite level of expertise, this is no longer the case. By the way, this is not just true of CCS. This is also true of most any other specialty school of art and design. With that said, though, most states in the US, including Michigan, have worked to find a more transparent and realistic path in defining a set of universally transferable courses. In Michigan, that is the MTA, or the Michigan Transfer Agreement. The MTA and plans like it in other states outline a block of 9 to 10 classes or 30 credit hours taken in the first year of college in an associate's program that can be applied to any signatory member school in that state. Already completed a degree or degrees? The courses that are already shown in the MTA are going to be those general education classes that you would have already taken elsewhere to fulfill any other college degree requirements. At CCS, we in the admissions office can provide you recommendations for courses like your humanities and social sciences, English and art history. The MTA or similar can be applied to fulfill most of your general educations appearing throughout your 8-semester sequence. So fulfilling these requirements may also be achieved in part through advanced placement tests, college level entrance exams, or IB credit that we may accept depending on the scores you receive, and will help reduce the course load and allow you to focus on your studio art coursework. It may also add more free time or adding a minor to help diversify your portfolio and background even further. It may also allow more time for internships and overall work, life, and class balance. So there are benefits to transferring in credit. In some cases, if you drop to part-time, there may even be a cost benefit. So upon graduation, you should leave CCS confident in yourself and with a body of work that illustrates your exceptional ability to work confidently within your field of study. And with the help of career services and the connections that you've made along the way, and through internships and sponsored projects, as well as meeting with campus recruiters while here on campus, you will be prepared for success in the career within your chosen field. So researching colleges and gathering the information you need to make an informed decision is a vital part of transferring, and it makes it even more so by checking out presentations like this. So you've already taken the right steps this evening. You may have questions about transferring from early middle college or dual enrollment, or will my AP classes be applicable, IB or CLEP credit, or are planning to attend a community college before attending CCS. So you may be asking what courses may transfer, or you've already started or completed a degree elsewhere. So the intelligence that you will need will require more customized answers. So we've made it as easy and as straightforward as possible, and we've made the process as inexpensive as possible. And in fact, the first step is to complete our free application form. So we don't charge you an application fee to begin the process. This can be done by visiting our website, /apply. Even if you are in the research stage of your search process, completing an application now provides us a digital placeholder to hold the items we need to provide you the answers to big questions that can't be answered in generalities. It's in your best interest to allow us to prepare a transfer credit evaluation in order to provide you the answers to your own unique transfer situation. You may also ask What kind of credit will I receive? Know that we need to see your transcripts in order to help assess this, and getting them to us already completes 1/3 of your admission requirements. But we don't want you to have to pay money to find out if CCS will work for you. So we do allow you to complete this step of the admissions process using unofficial transcripts. Just make sure that your transcripts have your name on them, the school's name on them, your grades, and an cumulative GPA, and we'll be good to go. If you do decide to enroll at CCS, later you will, of course, need to get us official copies of your transcripts, but we can make the admissions and transfer credit placement decisions with those free copies that you provide us. Another common question we get often is, with an uncommon answer, how much will it cost to complete my degree? Well, we don't really know yet, because that is dependent on the merit scholarship you may be awarded at the admit stage, as well as the financial aid award package, which could discount your cost greatly, but everyone's award package is different. So it really requires you to apply so that we can provide you a more accurate picture of your true college costs. Should you decide to delay your entry into CCS, having completed your application requirements will also help us to better advise you on the courses you might take until you are ready to enroll. Also, completing your application puts you on our radar screen so that we can advise you on the next steps, answer any questions you may have, as well as allow us to touch base and check in on you periodically. We also encourage you to show us your work. If you have taken any studio art courses at the college level, your portfolio will help us determine both placement of those courses and also admissions to the college, as well as any scholarship awards. You can show us your portfolio informally at an in-office appointment when we resume in-office appointments, or during an open house and tour date, also when we resume that programming, or virtually through a Zoom video meeting, much like this evening, but it would be more participatory, where you're on video and we're looking at your work. You may be sharing your screen and we would audibly have a conversation. You also can request a review of your work on our website under portfolio requirements and on the admissions page. So on the admissions page under portfolio requirements, there's a button that you can push asking that we review your work informally. And I also found this evening that it's on our visit page where you can also request work to be reviewed informally. The review of your work can then be used to make an admit decision and award scholarship. We may still need to have you submit additional work later if asked, or review for studio credit placement. So that is pretty much it. I hope you are now inspired to write your own transfer story, and hopefully this presentation helped make a little more sense and made it seem a little less scary and mysterious a process. So now I would like to open it up to questions, which you can either enter in the Q&A feature, and Amber and I would be happy to answer as many as we have time for. We will also provide you some contact information, useful links. So Amber?
All right. Hi, everybody. Just wanted to give a brief introduction as well. I'm Amber Thomas. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions, the other half of the transfer team here. Like Eric, I was also a transfer student. Once upon a time, I attended OCC and then Wayne State, and then I graduated from CCS after switching majors multiple times because, like a lot of you, I'm really curious about a lot of different things. So really important to me that as much of your transfer credit and previous history gets accepted into CCS, and that you're also prepared to really hit the ground running once you get started here. I'm going to start with some of the questions that have been previously answered. The first one up came from Wyeth, and Wyeth says, I've been accepted to CCS, congratulations. And I'm curious about taking general education courses at Macomb Community College. So we work a lot of times with students that are taking courses at Macomb. Wyatt, I don't know if you're looking at just taking a couple of classes this summer, or if you're looking at taking a year there. If you wanted to shoot me a question in the Q&A section to specify, I can give you a little bit more specific advice. What I am going to do, though, is start by sharing my screen and giving you some kind of resources to go to so you can get an idea of what we have available for students. So can everybody see the CCS website up on the screen right now? Eric, can you see it?
Yes, okay. You're good to go.
I'm going to take that as a yes then. So on our website, if you go to like the main page, go to the CCS homepage, and you can do this on your phone as well. You're going to see all of the little tabs up at the top. It'll look a little bit different on a mobile device, but you're just going to look for admissions, and then you're going to go to transfer. So on the transfer homepage, there's a bunch of different little sections here. There's general info, which is going to go through our whole like transfer story, and it'll talk on a lot of the different points that Eric went over with you today. Just reiterating the importance of talking to a counselor first, talks about some of our guides and some of the what pitfalls that people go through with transfer. It talks in depth about our transfer process, AP, IB, dual enrollment, middle college students, all of that is laid out in there for you to explore. Our transfer credit policy is in here. So if you were curious about, say, what we accept, what we don't accept, the letter grades that are required, all of that stuff is going to be in here, what we need for accreditation. All of those things are in here, the number of credits maximum that you can transfer. But the most important thing on here is going to be information that you can use to understand how to transfer in specific courses, how to transfer in AP and IB specific info. And then if you're looking to take courses at another institution, we generally recommend that you go through your admissions counselor, or if you're already deposited for an upcoming semester, then you talk to your academic advisor. But you also have some transfer guides that are on here. So if you're in Michigan, like a student that would be going to Macomb, you can hop on here and look and see if we have a transfer guide already listed. Now these ones tend to be structured along the MTA that Eric mentioned in his presentation. So that MTA really focuses on those gen ed courses that a lot of people are asking about. So I know somebody else was asking about, maybe having to stay close to home for this first year, or maybe just first semester. These are kind of courses that we would generally recommend whether you're in state or out of state. So if you need help finding equivalencies for those at a college in your home state too, we can help you find direct ones for that as well, even if we don't have an equivalency guide listed. So for right now, the MTA guides that we do have listed are right here, and we do have some that aren't published yet. So feel free to email us if you need one for a specific community college in Michigan or otherwise. If you were to click on the one for Macomb, this would give you exactly the course equivalents that we recommend for students who want to take a year at Macomb before transferring in. You could also take these along the way. So at CCS, as Eric mentioned, it usually takes 4 years to complete the degree, even if you're transferring in. Like he mentioned too, a lot of times for students, that can be kind of beneficial because they end up having a part-time schedule down the line, and it can be a cost-saving measure as well. But if you wanted to get started at CCS as a freshman and not extend the time to complete your degree, you can take some of these courses just during the summer and experience a similar cost savings without having to extend your degree. So with your admissions counselor about what decision is really going to be best with you. Talk to financial aid about the way things can impact you, or what's, again, going to be best for your situation. We're here to help just coach you through everything and make sure that you have all of the answers that you need to make the best decision. So I think with that, I answered a few different questions. I'm hoping anyway. So we touched on the CCS and Macomb for Wyeth, and then Amy had the question about staying close and studying. We had a question asking if art classes specifically would be the ones that would be most transferable. Again, going back to the website here, if we were to go back to transferring credits to CCS, that main page, and then just scroll down to the transfer credit evaluation process. This is going to detail specifically what we do when we're considering transfer credits. So we do take both gen ed credits. So those are going to be like your communication, your composition, your history, psychology, social science, all of those things. And most majors require 42 credit hours within those. So just like any other major college or university, you want to make sure that you have a good comprehensive general education experience. The bulk of your experience at CCS is going to be in studio. So we want to make sure that you have a lot of time to really hone your craft or design experience there. We do accept studio credit, but every studio course has to be reviewed, not only for learning outcomes and syllabi and course descriptions, but we want to see work examples as well. Everything is laid out really well on the website as far as how to submit work, and then Eric can guide you through that when you apply too. Okay.
And for Amy, I'd just like to add, be sure to touch base with me tomorrow or in the coming days, because we only have, I think, first names and not last names. And I want to make sure if your plan is to not attend this fall, that we make your application incomplete, not incomplete, but inactive, and that I can talk to you about next steps on how to resubmit your application for enrollment when you are planning to return, and that we can also talk about a transfer plan to make sure that you're taking coursework that is most likely to transfer, and make sure that you have a smooth transition. So do talk to me.
Yes, great point. So Wyeth had another question regarding advanced placement credit. This one's going to be really vital too for anybody that is looking for a transfer plan or transfer recommendations, because a lot of times if you're looking to, say, go to a community college first, they're going to give you recommendations that don't consider AP or IB experience. So make sure that you check with us before enrolling in those classes, just so that you don't duplicate any potential coursework and experience. We want to make sure that you're only taking things that you wouldn't otherwise get credit for. So if you have taken any AP courses, any IB courses, any Cambridge A levels, so if you're an international student looking to transfer things in, we have policies on all of those, as well as military credit. All of that's going to be listed here. So you can go through and actually see a chart for any of the AP courses that are out there. We do require a score of 4 or above, and then you'll get the credit that is indicated here. And then we can give you a curriculum guide so you can see exactly where it would place. Okay, so back to top of the page here. So, sorry, I need to move this out of the way. Going back to the main transferring credits to CCS page, if you go all the way down to the bottom, you're going to see Assistant Director of Admissions Transfer. So Eric's contact information, email right there. My email is right here as well, as is the main admissions email. Right now, we're all still working remotely, so email is going to be the best way to reach us. And then if you have questions about international admissions, go ahead and reach that email address. Again, if any other questions come up, please let us know. Happy to help you in any way that we can. I have a question about where to send transcripts. Go ahead and send them to admissions, but feel free to copy us too, and that way we can make sure that we get everything moving as fast as possible for you.
We want to thank you all for attending. I hope this was informative. And again, if any of you have any questions, again, if you're an applicant and you're considering not attending, taking a gap year, call me and we will work out the details on that. If you have any questions about what courses may be transferable, if you are truly a transfer student, contact me, or you can contact the Office of Admissions and we'll connect you with the counselor who you are assigned to, who will also assist you. Amber, anything else before we sign off?
No, just thanks to everyone for joining us. Really appreciate having the opportunity to talk about CCS with you.
And we're looking forward to working with many of you again soon. So everyone be safe, stay healthy, social distance, and we'll look forward to speaking with you all in the future. Thanks so much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, guys.